Hey, this is Sky. Welcome to my YouTube channel. It's bright and early. Daily discipline. Mind, body, and soul. This is how we get through Sunday. Hope you guys are ready for a study group. Let's jump into it. For my hardcore heads, a study group for warriors. Mind, body, and soul. Daily discipline. This is how we get through every single day. If anybody out there wants coaching or mentoring, just go to my website. I always put the link below, or you can find me on social media. We got a scorching hot Sunday down here in the south. It's going to be a good pool day. Hope you have a relaxing day. Let's just jump into this. I found a whole bunch of quotes. I watched this video that was fairly long, had it on in the background as I was doing some things in the shop, and it was all little clips of quotes from various cartoon movies. Some Disney movies, some Japanese anime movies, most all of which I had seen, some of which I hadn't, because I don't have kids. And I wrote some of the quotes down, just jotted them down as I was doing my thing that I found interesting. So let's just go through these. These are cartoon quotes. I'm not going to waste time to tell you which movie and which character. I just want to read the quote and we'll move on. So, the secret ingredient is nothing. Everyone is scared of love. Happiness is a trap. To live life, you need problems. Wake up to reality. Nothing ever goes as planned in this world. The selfish intent of wanting to preserve peace starts wars. Maybe some of you need to hear this one. You need to let her go. It's going to hurt a lot, but you have to do it. The benefit of losing is that you get to learn from your mistakes. You don't have a right to be sad. A tree falls the way it leans. Be careful the way you lean. And the last one. Quit. Don't quit. You're too concerned with what was and what will be. Let's move on. It's a good idea to desexualize your mind. Stop thinking about sex so much. Now, I'm not trying to turn you into a eunuch or some kind of sexless robot. Guys think about sex and that's just natural. But you can be in control of your mind. You don't have to let your mind control you. Some guys are obsessed with sex. Sex rules their mind, rules their brains. They're like little children. Little pervert, little bratty kids. I know lots of grown men, successful guys who are complete weirdos with this shit. If you desexualize your mind, you'll be more productive. You'll have more confidence. Think about sex so much, it makes you unconfident the more you think about sex, just as a carnal act. It'll make you more aware of things going on around you. It'll heighten your awareness to desexualize your mind. You won't be so distracted. When you are thinking about sex so much, it's like you have blinders on. You'll have a higher self-image. Thinking about sex a lot lowers your self-image, makes you feel like a loser. You'll be able to be more creative. You'll have more of a positive attitude. You'll be more calm and relaxed if you could desexualize your mind. You'll find that you become more serious about life and that you mature a little bit. You'll find that you have improved relationships because you won't be so focused on booty. You'll be focused on her brain. You get to know her. Courtship isn't about knocking boots. It's about rattling her brain. And the most important thing about desexualizing your mind, at least for a man, is that it'll give you emotional control and emotional intelligence. There's different dimensions. Let's go to the next one. We've heard theories about different dimensions. Well, there's people that live in your world that are actually in another dimension. Not everybody you interact with is in your dimension, is in the same dimension as you. Some people, and you know this, they have a different intellectual or moral compass. They're literally in another dimension with how they think, how they act, what they believe. And you might not be able to relate to them. You might not be able to convince them into understanding you because they're not really in your realm. And bottom line with that is, you don't argue with pigs because they like it and they'll just bring you down to their level in the mud. Some people are just ignorant fools, and there's nothing you can do about it because they live in another goddamn dimension. You know the story of Samson and Delilah in the Bible? Samson was the one who grew his hair out. He was a Nazarite. This is Old Testament. Samson was like the Jewish Hercules. And his strength, he believed, was in his hair. He grew his hair long, and that was the Nazarite thing. They all grew their hair long. And incidentally speaking, if you know about the Rastafarian religion from Jamaica, oddly enough, the Jamaican Rastafarians are Ethiopian Coptic Christians, and they follow Haile Selassie. And the reason why they have the dreadlocks is because of the Samson and Delilah story, and they believe all their power is in their hair. But Samson's strength wasn't in his hair. That's the funny thing about the story. Your strength isn't in your hair. The hair was just a metaphor for his faith. It was just a symbol of his faith. His strength was in his faith. And at the end, when Samson kind of realizes his victory after being enslaved, he has his eyes gouged out, he gets backstabbed by his wife's sister, Delilah, he has victory at the end of the story, and that comes from a renewed faith in God. It's not his hair. The strength is in your faith. Here's some advice. Stop expecting the worst. Your history of loss and failure doesn't have to predict or sabotage your future. Think positively to be successful. Listen until it becomes part of you. Find your cast of characters. So there's some videos and some stuff I listen to on YouTube daily. And I have listened to it for years. So for example, Alan Watts. There's several videos of Alan Watts that I've listened to every night going to sleep for 10 years. There's some videos of Jordan Peterson that I've listened to every single day for the last 4 years or so. And I listen to this stuff until it becomes a part of me, until it's second nature. So find your cast of characters that you get off on, that you like, that speak a message that you like, and listen until it becomes a part of you, until you can preach that shit. So you can live it. You have an obligation to follow what's meaningful. Happiness cannot be your ultimate goal. Happiness is a terrible goal. Become in service to others, and you'll find your meaning and purpose, and you'll be able to lay your head down on your pillow at night with some satisfaction. And that may be the closest thing you'll ever find to happiness. And that lasts a lot longer. There's a certain type of Christian out there that is somewhat naive. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe that's the way we all should be. I don't know. But I run across it every once in a while, and you may see it when you talk to somebody, or you may see it in a movie, but it does pop its head up. And you see these naive, I guess they're Catholics, really. And they have this belief that everyone is good. And that only the devil, the spirit of the devil, the evil spirit of the devil, makes a human evil. And without that spirit of the devil, all humans are good. The action of that person is the actions of the devil. It's the evil spirit possessing them. And anytime they see a horrid side of humanity, they take the blame off of the man and place it on the devil. That was the devil that did that. And I don't know, I mean, it's kind of a weird theory. Because I personally think that humans are inherently evil, not inherently good. And maybe we're all born possessed by the devil, I don't know, but a baby, a child, isn't good. You have to teach them to be good. If you don't teach a child to be good, he'll be a rotten little son of a bitch, a little bastard. The same goes with any man. I think good has to be practiced. It has to be a tradition. It has to be spiritual. You have to read about it, study it, think about it, repent on it, atone for it, correct yourself in the pursuit of it daily, constantly. It doesn't come natural. I don't think you're just born with it. And then somehow you're acting like a jerk, but that's not you. That's some spirit that you walked into. Or I don't know about this stuff, man. What do you guys think about this stuff? Let's move on. We got any time left? We'll do one or two more. Become uncancelable. You know about cancel culture? I mean, it's kind of ending. The woke thing seems like it's kind of ending, but we'll see. I mean, the Democrats do want to double down on it. And I think the best defense against this type of stuff is really just to become uncancelable. Can't cancel me. Can't be fired for your opinion or your beliefs or anything you say. You can run your mouth on social media, on X, saying the worst stuff known to man. You can't be fired. You can't lose anything. Nothing is going to happen at all. Nothing. No one's going to protest outside your house. You're not going to receive any ramifications. Become uncancelable. This is your freedom. Now, you may also want to include in some of this to live in an area that's conducive to your ideology, so you don't have to run into arguments all day long. And if you're a right-wing, red-pilled conservative, you may not want to live in West Hollywood. You may want to move down to Orange County where your people are, and that way you can run your mouth all you want when you're at Olive Garden saying Trump, 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 and people are going to be all about it. They're not going to want to smash you in the head. Let's make this the last one. When robots and AI take over all the corporations and everyone loses jobs, right? Isn't that coming? AI is going to take over. Elon Musk is saying he's going to build, what did he say, 1 billion robots, these helper robots, and they're going to be affordable. They can wash your car, mow your lawn, do anything you want, go make dinner. The people who can be self-sufficient will flourish. So maybe the corporate sector will be dominated by robots, but the small businesses, the mom and pop shops won't be. That hardware store owned by grandpa and the grandson works there, and grandma does the books. The robots are going to take that over. The entrepreneur class, the small business down on Main Street, will be able to flourish. The farmers, the small ones that don't replace all of their workers with robots, the ones that don't completely automate. If you can be a farmer, you won't have to worry about the singularity. You won't have to worry about this AI takeover. It's happening. It's coming. If you could be a part of a community that comes together with like community gardens and little local marketplaces, and maybe you live in a town where the downtown still exists. Some downtowns have been decimated. We still have a downtown here full of little small businesses. We don't have a single corporate business in our downtown, not one. It's all small, privately owned businesses by local people. Those will survive the robot wars. You don't think so? Maybe you got to go watch The Terminator. That shit was like a documentary at this point. It's coming. Food for thought.